24x is less than 100 is the inequality given. You have to solve this and find the solution. First case when x is a natural number, second case when x is an integer. 24x is less than 100. So, when I simplify it, I get x to be less than 100 by 24. It is a positive constant. If you divide both sides by 24, inequality does not change. We get it as it is less than 50 by 12, or this is equivalent to a 25 by 6. 25 by 6 is 4 point some value. When x is a natural number, it is a natural number which is less than 4 point some value. So, the first case when x is a natural number, the solution will be, it is a natural number which is less than 4 point some value. So, it can be 1, 2, 3 or 4. Okay. First case we get x is less than 25 by 6, correct. So, it is a 24. It goes on. We will just consider only till might be the second decimal place, we need not go beyond that. It is a natural number which is less than 4.16. So, solution set will have the first 4 natural numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. The second case when x is an integer, it belongs to the set of integers. Now, the solution is an integer which is less than 4.16. So, you will have all the negative integers, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0. It is an integer less than 4. So, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Integer less than 4.16. So, all negative integers 0 and the first 4 positive integers will be included in the solution when x is going to be a integer. When x is a natural number, this is a solution. These 4 values will be the solution, and when x is an integer, it has infinitely many solutions. All the negative integers along with 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We will move to this inequality. It is a minus 12x greater than 30. Whenever the inequality is something like mx greater than some n. For example, if this is going to be negative, you are going to divide to find out what happens to x, you are going to divide by a negative constant. When you divide or multiply an inequality by a negative constant, the sign of the inequality changes. You see that 3 is less than 4, but minus 3 and minus 4 if you consider, the inequality is going to change or it is going to be greater. The same logic applies here also. So, minus 12x greater than 30, if I divide both sides by minus 12, the inequality sign is going to change, or you are going to get x is less than a minus 30 by 12, which I can write it as a minus 15 by 6, am I right? It is going to be a minus 15 by 6, which further is going to be a minus 5 by 2 or a minus 2.5, right. Okay. So, what is the inequality we have got now? X is less than minus 2.5. The given inequality, we have simplified it like this. Remember this point, when you multiply any inequality by a negative constant or you divide by a negative constant, the inequality sign will change. When you add a constant, add a positive or a negative constant, okay, the inequality sign does not change. It changes only when you multiply both sides by a negative constant, same negative constant, or you divide by the same negative constant. So, here we have simplified this and got it as x less than minus 2.5. Now, the first case, you are asked to find the solution when x is a natural number. Is there any natural number which is less than minus 2.5? No. So, the inequality has no solution. there is no natural number which is less than or minus 2.5. So, solution when x belongs to set of natural numbers, it will be an empty set or the inequality has no solution. Okay. Now, we will move on to the next one. When x is an integer, solution set will be the entire set of integers which are less than minus 2.5. So, it will have all the negative integers minus 5, minus 4, any integer which is less than minus 2.5. So, we can include till minus 3. All the negative integers till minus 3 will be the solution for this inequality when x is going to be an integer. The inequality to be solved is 5x minus 3 less than 7. First case you have to solve it when x is an integer. The second case we have to solve and find out the solution when x is a real number. Okay, first we will solve the inequality, then go to the two parts. Minus 3 I will shift it to the other side, it will become a plus 3 or 5x is less than 10. When you transpose a positive or a negative constant, the inequality does not change. So, it will be 5x is less than 10. I am going to divide both sides by the positive constant 5. So, you get x is less than 10 by 5 or a 2. Inequality again sign does not change if you divide by a positive constant. Okay. Now, the inequality we have simplified it, we have got it as x less than 2. So, the solution when x is an integer will be all integers which are strictly less than 2. This is a strict inequality. So, you will have all the negative integers minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0. X is an integer which is strictly less than 2. So, only the positive integer 1 alone will be included, or when the solution set when x is an integer will have all these infinitely many negative integers along with 0 and 1. The second case, when x is a real number, when x belongs to the set of real numbers. See, listen, we have got it as x is less than 2. On the real line, it will be 2 is here, it is all real numbers. Solution set will be all real numbers which are less than 2, to the left of 2. So, we write the solution when x is a real number always as an interval. Here it is a strict inequality, so it will be an open interval minus infinity to 2. This interval, open interval minus infinity to 2, it implies that it is going to be having all the real numbers. This inequality, this interval has all the real numbers which are less than 2, all the negative real numbers along with all the positive real numbers between 0 and 2 will be included. So, whenever it is a real number, the solution we write it only as an interval. It will be an open interval because x is strictly less than 2. So, when it is an integer, these are the solutions, these values all negative integers along with 0 and 1, and when it is a real number, the solution set will be an open interval from minus infinity to 2. The inequality here is a 3x plus 8 greater than 2. Rewrite it, 3x now will be greater than 2 minus 8 or it will become minus 6. 8 transpose it to the other side, it will become 2 minus 8 or a minus 6. So, x now both sides divided by 3, it will be greater than minus 2. I am dividing by a positive constant, so inequality does not change. The inequality now simplifies to x greater than minus 2. The first case, when x is an integer, or x belongs to a set of integers, it is an integer which is strictly greater than minus 2. So, the solution here, any integer which is strictly not equal to, it is strictly greater than minus 2. So, you will have minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all positive integers, it will be an infinite set. The second case, when x is a real number, In this case, see, listen, it is a set of all real numbers which are greater than minus 2. So, the solution now will become minus 2 to infinity. Open interval, it is a strict inequality. So, it will be an open interval from minus 2 to infinity. In any interval, when I write it as a comma b, this a will be strictly less than b. That is how we write an interval. This open interval signifies that the endpoints are not included. Infinity, of course, is not a finite value, but this other end minus 2 here, it is a strict inequality, is not equal to, it is not included. So, the solution when x is a real number will be an open interval minus 2 to infinity. We have to solve this inequality and find out what is the solution. We will now transpose 6x this side. So, it will be a minus 2x is less than 4. I will bring 6x this side and shift 3 to the other side. So, we get a minus 2x is less than 4. I am dividing both sides by minus 2. So, inequality will change, you will get x to be greater than a minus 2. When I divide or multiply by a negative constant, the inequality sign changes. So, I get x is greater than a 4 by minus 2 or greater than minus 2. So, the solution here, x is greater than, on the real line of minus 2 is here, it is greater than minus 2. Solution now will become the interval minus 2 to infinity. It is an open interval because minus 2 is not included, it is a strict inequality. So, carefully take x terms to one side, constants to the other side, and find out what is the inequality pertaining to the variable x alone. Here we get x is greater than minus 2, or the solution will be the open interval from minus 2 to infinity. 3x minus 7 is greater than 5x minus 1. So, take x terms to one side, you get a minus 2x to be greater than a minus 1 plus 7, or it will become a 6 here, correct? 7 minus 1 or a 6. I will divide both sides by minus 2, inequality is going to change. So, you get here x is less than a 6 by minus 2 or a minus 3. See, listen, on the real line, if minus 3 is here, solution is now x is less than minus 3 to the left of minus 3. Solution now will be the open interval minus infinity to minus 3, minus all real values which are less than minus 3. So, solution we usually write it as an interval, it will be the open interval minus infinity to minus 3. We will solve this inequality to find out what is the range of x here. First take this 3 inside, it is a 3x minus 3 less than or equal to a 2x minus 6. X terms bring it to one side, so we get x is less than or equal to minus 6 plus 3, it will be a minus 3 here. Just open the bracket, we get a 3x minus 3 less than or equal to, this side, right side, it will be 2x minus 6. All x terms to one side, so it will just become a x less than or equal to minus 6 plus 3 will be minus 3 alone. On the real line, if minus 3 is here, the solution is all values of x which are less than minus 3 and minus 3 included. So, the solution set here will be the closed interval less than minus 3. Sorry, it will be here all values which are less. So, it will be minus infinity to minus 3. Minus infinity of course is not a finite value, so it will always be an open interval. Minus infinity or infinity, both are not finite values, it will be open. On the other side, minus 3 is included, it is less than or equal to. So, the solution will be the interval from minus infinity to minus 3. Minus 3 is included here, or this side it will be a closed bracket. We will see how to solve this inequality here. When I take the constant inside, I get a 6 minus 3x. This is greater than or equal to, it is a 2 minus 2x, okay. All x terms to one side, constants to the other side. Minus 2x, if it comes this side, it will be a plus 2x, or I get a minus x is greater than or equal to minus 4. 2 minus 6, it will be minus 4. As I told you, whenever you multiply or divide both sides by a negative constant, the inequality is going to change, or you get x is less than or equal to 4. A very simple example is 1, you know that it is less than 4. Minus 1 and minus 4, if you consider, the inequality is going to change, or this is the inequality you get. So, any inequality, if it is multiplied by a negative constant or divided by a negative constant, the inequality sign is going to change. Greater will become less. Now, what is the solution? 4 is here. X is less than or equal to 4. So, the solution here will be minus infinity to 4. 4 is included because this is given to be, you've got not as a strict inequality, x is less than or equal to 4. So, minus infinity, this side it will be an open interval, 4 will be a closed interval. This indicates that this bracket, the square bracket indicates that this point, end point 4 is also included. So, solve it carefully, we get the solution set here to be minus, the interval minus infinity to 4, 4 included. We will see how to solve this inequality. Take 6 as the LCM, you get a 6x plus 3x plus 2x, correct? Take 6 as the LCM, the side it's going to be a 6x plus 3x plus 2x. This is less than 11. So, numerator what do you get? 11x by 6 is less than 11. Now, you can divide both sides by 11, which is a positive constant, the inequality does not change. And this 6, which is a positive constant, take it to the other side, we get x is going to be less than 6. Rewrite this inequality, you get x is going to be less than 6. So, solution here less than 6, it will be minus infinity to, it is a strict inequality, so it will be the open interval. Solution will be the open interval minus infinity to 6. Just carefully take the LCM, simplify it. When you simplify the inequality, you get it as x is less than 6, or solution will be open interval minus infinity to 6. We have to solve this inequality. This x by 2, I will bring it this side. X by 3 minus x by 2, you get it as greater than 1. So, what happens when you take 6 as the LCM, you get a minus x by 6, correct? It is a 2x minus 3x, or a minus x by 6 is greater than 1. First shift the positive constant 6 to the other side, minus x is greater than 6, or when I multiply both sides by minus 1, you get x to be less than minus 6. Both sides I multiply by a minus 1, inequality changes, I get x to be less than minus 6. If x is less than minus 6, the solution here will be minus infinity to minus 6. Again it will be a open interval only, because it is all a strict inequality here. So, the final solution set for the given inequality will be the open interval minus infinity to minus 6. We will see how to solve this inequality. Numerator, you get it as a 3x minus 6 by 5 less than or equal to, this side it is a 10 minus 5x, 10 minus it is a 5x divided by 3. Now, just cross multiply by the constants, we get a 9x minus 18, just multiply by 3 this side and 5 on the other side. 9x minus 18 is less than or equal to, it is a 50 minus 25x, correct? 50 minus 25x. Now, all x terms bring it to one side. So, minus 25x, if it comes this side, it will be a plus 25x will be less than or equal to, it will be a 50 plus 18. Here inequality will not be disturbed because everywhere it is only you're multiplying by a positive constant, or here you're just adding or subtracting, you're just transposing one term from one side to the other side. So inequality just remains the same. So what do we get here? This is a 34x less than or equal to 68, or x you get it to be less than or equal to 2. The final solution, when you simplify it completely, it simplifies to x less than or equal to 2. So the solution here, less than or equal to 2, it will be minus infinity to 2, 2 will be included. This side it will be a closed bracket. Here infinity or minus infinity is not a finite value, so it's always an open bracket. The final solution will be the interval from minus infinity to 2 to inclusive. We'll move on to this problem. We'll first take the constants inside. There are two ways of looking at it. Either take the constant inside or cross multiply by 3 under 2. I think that's going to be, if that's going to be easy for you, you can do that also. What I mean is multiply by 3 this side, 2 this side. So you get it as 3 times 3x by 5 plus 4. This will be greater than or equal to 2 into x minus 6. 3 I bring it this side, 2 I take it to the other side. Inequality definitely is not going to change. So what do I get? A 9x by 5 plus 12. 9x by 5 plus 12 greater than or equal to, it is a 2x minus 12. Now all x terms to one side, the others to the other side. If I shift it, minus 2x is greater than or equal to, it will be a minus 12 or totally it is a minus 24. So here if I take 5 as the denominator, numerator will become 9x minus 10x, or it is a minus x is greater than or equal to minus 24, or we get minus x, 5 shifted to the other side is greater than or equal to minus 120. I'll multiply both sides by a negative sign, I get x is less than or equal to 120. Will that be okay? You can take 1 by 2 inside or a 1 by 3 inside and then simplify. That's also going to give you the answer. Or as I have done, 3 bring it this side, 2 bring it this side. Just take the constants inside. After that, all x terms to, usually x terms are to the left of the inequality, constants are to the right of the inequality. When you simplify it, you get x is less than or equal to 120. Less than or equal to 120. The solution now will become minus infinity to 120. This 120 will be included. Here the inequality will not change because I am just multiplying by a positive constant 5. When you multiply or divide by a positive constant, the inequality doesn't change. Only when you multiply by a negative constant, here both sides we are multiplying by minus 1, the inequality sign is going to change. Or the final solution, we get it as minus infinity to 120. We'll see how to solve this inequality. First multiply it by 2, you get a 4x plus 6, correct? Minus 10 is less than a 6x minus 12. So it's a 4x minus 4 less than 6x minus 12. Now all x terms, if you bring it to one side, it will become a minus 2x here. 4x minus 6x becomes a minus 2x, will be less than minus 12 plus 4 will become a minus 8. Minus 12 plus 4, it's a minus 8. We'll divide both sides by minus 2. So x will be greater than 4. Both sides I am dividing by minus 2. When I divide by a negative constant, the inequality sign is going to change. Minus 8 by minus 2 will become a 4. So the solution for this inequality After you simplify it, we arrive at x less greater than 4. It will be the interval, open interval 4 to infinity. X is strictly greater than 4. So, solution will be the open interval 4 to infinity. We will see how to solve this. Open the bracket carefully, this positive and negative signs, be careful about them. So, it is a 37 minus 3x minus 5 will be greater than or equal to 9x, it will be minus 8x and a plus 24. It is 8 minus 8 into x minus 3. So, that will become a minus 8x plus 24. Okay. Now, this side it is a minus 3x, correct, minus 3x and a plus 32, 37 minus 5. This side both are like terms. So, it will be a x plus 24, correct, 9x minus 8x, it is a x plus 24. Now, all x terms to one side, constants to the other side. If x comes this side, it will become a minus 4x will be greater than or equal to, other side it will be a 24 minus 32, correct, 24 minus 32 which is a minus 8. Now, to find out what happens to x, both sides you have to divide by minus 4. If you divide by minus 4, the inequality is going to change. So, x will be, final solution will be x is less than or equal to minus 8 by minus 4 will become a plus 2. So, the solution here, x is less than or equal to 2, it will be minus infinity to 2, this 2 inclusive, all real values which are less than or equal to 2. If 2 is on the real line here, all values of x which are less than or equal to 2. So, solution will be the open interval from minus infinity to 2, but 2 value will be included because the inequality is not a strict inequality, it is x less than or equal to 2. So, minus infinity to 2, 2 inclusive will be the required solution. We will see how to solve this inequality. We get x by 4 to be less than, here we will take 15 as the LCM. So, numerator is 5 into 5x minus 2 minus 3 into, it is 7x minus 3. Okay. We will simplify the numerator, it is a 25x minus 10, be careful about the signs, minus 21x and it is a plus 9, correct, 25x minus 10 minus 21x plus 9, right. The whole thing is now divided by 15 and this side it is a x by 4. So, numerator simplified, it is a 4x minus 1, correct, 4x and a minus 1 divided by 15. Now, what I do is, x terms I will have it on one side, the remaining terms on the other side. So, when I split it that way, I get a x by 4 less than, minus 4x by 15, this will be less than minus 1 by 15, just split it, this is what we get. Or this side I get it as a minus x by 60, check it out. It will be a 15x minus 16x or a minus x by 60. This is less than minus 1 by 15. Now, divide both sides by 15. It is a positive constant, so inequality does not get disturbed. This will become a 4. So, 4 if I take it to the other side, what I actually get is a minus x is less than minus 4. 4 is a positive constant. If you multiply, there is no change. Inequality is not going to change. So, what we get is actually minus x is less than minus 4. Now, multiply by a minus 1, you get x to be, inequality will change, negative less than will become a greater than sign. So, the final answer or the final solution will be all real values of x which are greater than 4, or the solution will be 4 to infinity. The solution here will be the open interval, it's all a strict inequality, final solution will be 4 to infinity. We'll see how to simplify this. One way of doing it is taking the LCM, or the other way, we can even split it, take all x terms to one side, constants to the other side. Both ways you get the answer, but might be a little more easier way. We'll take the LCM as 20. So this will be a 5 into 3x minus 2 minus 4 into, it's a 2 minus x. 5 into 3x minus 2 minus of 4 into this, okay. Simplify it carefully, it is a 15x minus 10 minus 8 and a plus 4x, correct? 15x minus 10 minus 8 and a plus 4x. The whole thing divided by 20. On the left we have a 2x minus 1 by 3. So what does this simplify to? It is greater than or equal to these two together. It becomes a 19x, correct? So first term I'll split and write it as 19x by 20. And these two together, it's a minus 18 divided by 20. This side I have a 2x minus 1 by 3. Will that be okay? Right. Now take all x terms to one side, constants to the other side. So I'll have now a 2x by 3 minus 19x by 20. This will be greater than or equal to, I'll rewrite this as a minus 9 by 10 minus 1 by 3 on the other side will become a plus 1 by 3. Okay. Now what do I do? Take 60 as the LCM. Numerator will become a 40x minus, what happens here, it is a 57x, am I right? Okay. On the other side, if 30 is going to be the LCM, this is a minus 27 plus 10, correct? So if you simplify it here, it is a minus 17x by 60 greater than or equal to, it's a minus 17 divided by 30, correct? Minus 17 divided by 30. Now only the positive values will cancel. We'll cancel both sides by positive 30 alone. So this side will become 2. Next what I do is, I divide both sides by the positive constant 17. Positive constants I can remove on both sides, the inequality doesn't change. Okay, so what am I left with here? It is a minus x, 2 I'll take it to the other side, greater than or equal to minus 2. Minus x, positive constant I'll take it to the other side, so greater than or equal to minus 2. Or when I simplify it, I get x is less than or equal to 2. When you simplify it, the entire thing simplifies to what looks really big in the beginning. When you completely simplify it, it just simplifies to one single inequality, x is less than or equal to 2. X less than or equal to 2, the solution will be minus infinity to 2, 2 will be included. X is less than or equal to 2. So solution will be the interval, this minus infinity to 2. Minus infinity is of course an open bracket only. Other side, because it's less than or equal to, it will be minus infinity to 2, 2 inclusive. The question is to solve this inequality and represent the solution on the number line. X terms, if I take it to one side, I get 3x minus 2x, or x will be less than, it's a plus 1 and a plus 2, or it will be equal to 3. So the solution, when you simplify it, it is just x is less than 3. Now on the number line, suppose 1 is here, or we'll start with 0, 1, 2 and 3. It is all real values. Solution, when I write it as a interval, it is going to be minus infinity to 3, it is an open interval. X is less than 3, to the left of 3. So, when I mark it here, what I do is, if it is a strict inequality, we just over 3, we mark it as a small circle. If it is a strict inequality, we do not shade the circle. Over the point, just mark a small circle like this. If it is less than or equal to, we shade the circle. If it is less than or equal to, we shade the circle. If it is only less than, we do not shade the circle, and it is less than 3. Less than 3 will be to the left of 3. When you do it, you can do it with a different colored pen. Might be the number line, you can draw it with a pencil, scale and pencil, but the other line to indicate what the solution is, do it with might be a blue color pen. Okay? So, the solution here, first draw the number line, might be a few values alone to the region where you are going to the side where you are going to get the inequality, mark them. So, solution is x is less than 3 over 3, at the point 3 just mark a small circle and it is to the left of 3. Do not shade the circle if it is a strict inequality. We will go back to this particular solution for this inequality. 3x, bring it this side, it will become 5x minus 3x or a 2x greater than or equal to minus 5 and a plus 3. Minus 5 and a plus 3, it will become minus 2. I will divide both sides by plus 2 now. X is greater than or equal to minus 1. So, this is a solution. If you write it as an interval, it is going to be minus 1 to infinity. All values, the x will be taking all values which are greater than or equal to minus 1. So, minus 1 to infinity. On the number line, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and so on, all values which are greater than or equal to minus 1. So, at this point just draw a small circle encircling that point, it is greater than or equal to. So, just shade this circle. Okay. Now, all values to the right of minus 1. This will be the solution. Just do it with a different colored pen. Initially, might be the line you can draw it with pencil. This you can do it with might be a blue pen. All values of x, the solution will be all values which are greater than or equal to minus 1. Every real value to the right of minus 1 inclusive of minus 1 will be the solution. To solve this inequality, just take this 3 inside, open the bracket. 3 minus 3x is less than 2x plus 8, correct? All x terms to one side. So, it will become a minus 5x is less than 8 minus 3, it will become a 5. I will divide both sides by minus 5, the inequality changes. X now will be greater than minus 1. Again I repeat, I am dividing both sides by minus 5. If I divide by minus 5, x will be greater than minus 1. So, solution in the form of an interval, it will be minus 1 to infinity, all values of x which are greater than minus 1. On the real line, all values of x greater than minus 1. So, just a small circle, draw it encircling the point minus 1, it is a strict inequality, do not shade the circle. All values which are greater than minus 1. So, that will be the solution on the number line for this given inequality, or in the form of an interval it will be the open interval minus 1 to infinity. We will see how to solve this inequality here. This side I will take 15 as the LCM. I get 5 into 5x minus 2, which will be a 25x minus 10, correct? And the other side it will be 3 into this value, or a minus 21x and a plus 9, correct? Minus 21x and a plus 9. Simplify this carefully, these two together, what happens? It will become a 4x, right? So I will write it as a 4x by 15, and the other two values together it becomes minus 1 by 15, am I right? 4x by 15 and a minus 1 by 15, okay. This x term, bring it this side, it's a x by 2 minus 4x by 15, this is less than minus 1 by 15. So if I take 30 as the LCM, it is a 15x minus 8x, or it's going to be a 7x, am I right? 15x minus 8x, this is less than minus 1 by 15. Now divide both sides by 15, this will become a 2, or if I take this constant to the other side, I get x to be less than a minus 2 by 7. I am just transforming only a positive constant, the inequality does not change here. So it will just become x is less than minus 2 by 7. Okay, right. Now when I write it as a solution, it will become less than minus 2 by 7. As an interval, it is going to be minus infinity to minus 2 by 7, okay. Now when I draw it here, the number line, don't go for any decimal equivalent there, we will just mark minus 2 by 7 somewhere here, and I will just, right, maybe we will have a minus 1 here, minus 2, minus 3, and it just goes on. All values of x which are less than minus 2 by 7. Every value which is to the left of minus 2 by 7. So that will be the solution. You don't have to bother about any values which are greater than minus 2 by 7. It will be only the values which are less than minus 2 by 7. Every real value on this line, when you do it in a paper and pencil, real line draw it with pencil, the number line draw it with a pencil, and this region do it with a blue pen. So all values of x which are less than minus 2 by 7, that will be the required solution for the given inequality. There is this person Ravi who scores 70 marks in unit test 1, unit test 2 his score is 75. The question is to find out what should be the minimum he should be getting in the third test, so that the average of all the three is going to be at least 60 marks. Now we will assume that he has to get some x marks in test 3. Average is at least 60. So what will be the average of all the 3 marks? It will become 70 plus 75 plus x by 3. This is going to be the average. Should be at least 60. So this should be greater than or equal to 60. So what do we get here? 145 plus x is greater than or equal to 180, or x should be greater than or equal to 35. So this person has to score a minimum of this x value, or the mark in test 3 should be greater than or equal to 35. So he has to score a minimum of 35 marks in test 3. The question was 2 test marks were given, find out what is the minimum he has to score in the third test, so that the average is at least 60. So add all the marks divided by 3, that should be greater than or equal to 60. Solve the inequality and you arrive at the answer that This Ravi has to score a minimum of 35 marks in test 3 if the average has to be at least 60 marks. The question tells that a person will be awarded A grade in an examination if he scores 90 or more in 5 examinations. That is, the average should be 90 marks or more. The average of all these 5 exam marks should be 90 or more, and each examination is of weightage 100 marks. This person Sunita scores 87, 92, 94 and 95 in the first 4 tests or 4 exams. The question is to find out what is the minimum this person has to score in the 5th test or the exam so that she obtains an A grade. So, we will assume that the mark in the 5th test, let the score be some x. So, this 87 plus 92 plus 95 plus x divided by this 5, this average should be 90 or more. It should be greater than or equal to 90. Only when this average is going to be greater than or equal to 90, this person is going to be awarded an A grade. The question was, find out what they have to score in the 5th test so that they are awarded a A grade. Okay, now we will just simplify this. How much do we get here? It is a 87, 92 becomes a 179, correct? And these two together become a 189. These two together, it's a 189. So, what is it here? 8, 6 and 3, correct? Yeah. So, I get a 368 plus x, 5 take it to the other side, it will become 450. So, this x now should be greater than or equal to 450 minus a 368. 450 minus a 368. So, this is going to be a 82. The question was only that, what should be the score in the 5th test? Assume the score in the 5th test or the mark in the 5th test is x, and we have got, when you solve this inequality, you get this x value to be greater than or equal to 82. So, you will close the answer as the Sunita has to score a minimum of 82 marks in the 5th test to obtain a A grade. This person has to score a minimum of 82 marks in the final or the 5th test if they have to obtain a A grade, because the condition for A grade was 90 or more, the average of 90 or more in 5 examinations. That is what was given, the average of 90 or more in 5 examinations. So, add all the marks divided by 5, that should be greater than or equal to 90. When you simplify, you get x is greater than or equal to 82. We have to find out all pairs of consecutive odd positive integers. These numbers have to be, both the numbers have to be less than 10, but the sum should be greater than 11. So, the odd consecutive positive integers, will take them as, let the consecutive odd positive integers be some x and x plus 2. Okay. Consecutive odd, it will be, definitely it will not be the next number itself, consecutive odd. So, it will be something like 3, 5, 7 and so on, or x and x plus 2. You are given both of them are less than 10, but the sum is greater than 11. The sum is greater than 11. So what do you get here? 2x is greater than 9 or x is greater than 4.5. Now we have to find out all positive odd integers such that the value of x is less than 10 but greater than 4.5, and the sum should be greater than 11. So greater than 4.5 will get, first one we'll consider is 5 and 7, correct? It is both are less than 10 but the sum is greater than 11. Next we will consider 7 and 9. Will that be okay? Both are less than 10. First condition is taken care of, and it is definitely greater than 4.5 or 4.5 also, and the sum is definitely greater than 11. These are the only two possibilities because you can't go to the next one. Next one, if you go, it is 9, 11. 11 is not less than 10. So the required integers, pairs of integers, one will be 5, 7 and the other will be 7 and 9. Please read it carefully. It is consecutive odd integers. So just stop with 5, 7 and the other pair is going to be 7, 9. We have to find out all the pairs of consecutive even positive integers here, both of which are greater than 5 and the sum is less than 23. We will now consider the consecutive even integers be some x and x plus 2. Okay? We are given both are greater than 5, we will get back to it. The sum is less than 23, that is this x plus 2 is less than 23. So what do we get? 2x now is less than 21 or x is less than 10.5, correct? And both are greater than 5. So if you consider first x is less than 10.5, this is one value we have got, and it is also greater than 5, that is the other condition we have got. Other condition is it should be greater than 5, right? We have here x to be less than 10.5 and we are already given both the values are greater than 5. So the required pairs, first we will consider 6 and 8 here, both are greater than 5 and the sum is also less than 23. The next one will be 8 and 10, both greater than 5 and the sum 18 is less than 23. And here x is less than 10.5. So the third pair we get is 10 and also 12, where of course both are greater than 5. X is less than 10.5, so 10 can be included. 10, 12 will be the next pair such that the sum 22 is definitely less than 23. So the required consecutive pairs of even integers will be positive, even positive integers. One first pair will be 6, 8, next will be 8, 10, next will be 10, 12. In a triangle, we are given the longest side is 3 times the shortest side and the third side is 2 centimeter shorter than the longest side. If the perimeter is at least 61 centimeter, we have to find out what is the minimum length of the shortest side. So we will start with, let the shortest side be some x centimeter. Length of the shortest side, we will take it as some x centimeter. Now the longest side, it will be equal to 3x, that is what is given, 3 times the shortest side. Now the longest side might be, I will take it as, I will represent it as some L here. The third side of the triangle, this is given to be 2 centimeter shorter than the longest side, that is it is L minus 2. 2 centimeter shorter than the longest side, or it is L minus 2. L we have got it as 3x, so it will be equal to 3x minus 2, right. Perimeter is at least 61 centimeter. What is the perimeter now? One side we have taken it as x, next one is 3x, the other side we have got it as 3x minus 2. The sum of all the sides is at least 61 centimeter, that is greater than or equal to 61. So, what do we get here? As 7x is greater than or equal to, it will become 61 plus 2 or a 63, we get x is greater than or equal to 9. The question was only that, find the minimum length of the shortest side. The shortest side now should be greater than or equal to 9, or the minimum length of the shortest side this is 9 centimeter. We have got the shorter side to be greater than or equal to 9. So, automatically the minimum length should be equal to 9 centimeter. A board of length 91 centimeter now has to be cut into 3 parts. Length of the board is 91 centimeter, it has to be cut into 3 parts. The conditions given are, the second length is 3 centimeter longer than the shortest length, and the third length of the third piece, that is twice the length of the shortest piece. And the question is to find out what are the possible lengths of the shortest board if the third piece is at least 5 centimeter longer than the second one. Now, what we will do is, we will consider let length of the shortest piece be some x centimeter. Okay, we will consider the length of the shortest piece to be some x centimeter. Now, what is the second length given? The second length is now 3 centimeter longer than the shortest. 3 centimeters longer than the shortest. What is the second, other one given? The third length is now twice the shortest. Okay. Now, the other condition given, x values we have to find out are, the third piece that is 2x, okay, is at least 5 centimeter longer than the second. This 2x is at least, that is greater than or equal to 5 centimeter longer than the second. 5 centimeter longer than the second, that is what is given here, right. 2x is now greater than or equal to this x plus 3 plus 5. So, just solve this, we get it as x plus 8 here, correct. When I simplify, I get x to be greater than or equal to 8. This is one value you get. Now, the entire sum is going to be equal to 91. That is sum of all the three lengths, that should be equal to 91. So, if I add all the 3, so what do I get? One was x, the other one was at 2x, correct, and the third one, the question was here, possible lengths of the shortest. One was shortest, we took it as x, right. So, one was 2x, the other one is x plus 3. Now, this should be equal to 91. We will just try solving it. What do I totally get here? This is a 4x, right. The sum of all the 3 lengths, see, listen, we have got here one inequality we have got is x is greater than or equal to 8. To get the other inequality, because the question was to find out the possible lengths of the shortest board. Now, if you add all the three, the maximum length here, it will be equal to 91. So, this should be less than or equal to 91. X terms, if you add, you get it as 4x, will be less than or equal to, you get it as 88, 91 minus 3, or this gives you x is less than or equal to 22. One inequality is x is less than or greater than 8, the other greater than or equal to 8, other one is less than or equal to 22. So, the possible lengths now of the shortest board that is that length now will be greater than or equal to 8 centimeter, or it will be less than or equal to 22 centimeter. We have started with the length of the shortest piece to be some x centimeter. One inequality was already given, that the second piece is at least 5 centimeter longer than the second. Third piece is at least 5 centimeter longer than the second. So, using that we get one part of the inequality, that it is greater than or equal to 8. For the other one, the sum of all the three, maximum, the entire length is only 91. So, sum of all the three should be less than or equal to 91. That gives you x is less than or equal to 22. Just combine the two and we get the final answer for the length of the shortest board to lie between 8 centimeter and 22 centimeter. We have to find out the graphical solution of this linear inequality in two variables x and y. It is x plus y less than or equal to 5. Now, what we do is, in the two-dimensional plane, in your graph sheet, take a proper scale and draw the line first x plus y equal to 5. Just take the 2 points, x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 5. It will be a line passing through these 2 points. Now, here it is a strict inequality. If it is less than or equal to, it will be a normal line like this. Whenever it is a strict inequality, just draw it as a broken line or a dotted line. It will not be a proper line, do not draw it as a complete line, just draw it as broken lines like this when it is a strict inequality. Okay? Now, the region which represents this inequality x plus y less than 5 is either going to be below this line, that is the side where the origin lies, or it is going to be the other side. Now, we have to find out which side is going to satisfy this inequality. The easiest way to find out that is, the origin which lies on one side, the coordinates of the origin, just substitute here. Coordinates of the origin, what are they? 0, 0. When I substitute x as 0, y as 0, I get 0 to be less than 5. You see that it satisfies the inequality. 0 less than 5 is true. So, the region what you get here for this inequality x plus y less than 5 will be the complete unbounded region which is lying to the side of the origin, that is this side of the line, the entire region to the below the line will be the solution for this inequality. It will be this complete region. Use scale and pencil and draw neat straight lines like this. And write it as the solution is the shaded region in the graph. Meaning all the points x comma y in this region. every single point in this region, it is going to satisfy this inequality that x plus y is less than 5. I repeat, first draw the line x plus y equal to 5. It's a line like this which cuts the x axis at 5 and also y axis at 5. Take a proper scale in the graph sheet, draw that line first. Because it's a strict inequality, this has to be a dotted line, it's not a continuous line. After that, the region has to be either below the line or above the line. To verify which is the right region, just consider any one point comfortable point on one side. Origin is a very simple, the coordinates are simple. So if you substitute origin coordinates, 0 less than 5 is true, or the solution is going to be towards the origin, the side of the origin or below the line. So conclude as the solution is the shaded region in the graph. We will now see how to solve this inequality, find out what is the graphical solution for this inequality. If you just find out the points where it cuts the x axis and y axis, when x is 0 here, y is 6, and when y is 0, x is equal to 3. So it cuts the x axis at 3, just take a proper scale and do it in the graph sheet, and it cuts the y axis at 6. X axis it cuts at 3 and y axis at 6. So here it is greater than or equal to. So it's perfectly okay, just use a scale and pencil, join these 2 points. So this line is going to correspond to 2x plus y equal to 6. Now the region corresponding to the inequality, that is 2x plus y greater than 6, has to be either below the line or the other side of the line. To find out which is right, see, listen, origin lies on one side, this side. Substitute the coordinates of the origin. What do you get there? 0 is greater than 6, which is false. 0 is definitely not greater than 6. So the region now is not towards the origin, but it's going to be on the other side of the origin. So the region here will be, just use only scale and pencil, draw straight lines like this. Okay, not on the side of the origin, because origin coordinates do not satisfy the inequality. Leave this side, it will be the other side. So you will write the solution is the shaded region. It will be the shaded region in the graph. Don't shade this side of the origin, it does not satisfy, it will be the other side. This region will be that is all x comma y, all pairs x comma y in this region will satisfy the inequality. Of course, all the points x comma y on the line will satisfy the equality. Every point in this region, x comma y in this region, will satisfy the inequality 2x plus y is strictly greater than 6. We have to find out all points x comma y which satisfy this inequality 3x plus 4y is less than or equal to 12. Now to draw this, we will find out what are the points where it cuts the x axis and the y axis. When x is 0, you get y is equal to 3, correct? And when y is 0, x is equal to 4. Now take a proper scale in the graph sheet. The line cuts the x axis at 4 and it cuts the y axis at 3, right? Now just join these 2 points. Now this line will represent 3x plus 4y equal to 12. But the question is to find out the region for 3x plus 4y less than 12 also. Now again, the solution can be either below the line here, that is the side where origin lies, or it can be on the other side. To find out which region it is, because the origin lies on one side, the coordinates are 0, 0, it is simple. Try substituting here. What do you get? When you substitute, you get 0 to be less than 12, which is right. So the side, the point, the side where the origin lies satisfies the inequality. So the required region will be the same side as that of the origin. Use just scale and pencil, draw lines which are straight lines, which are when you're going to shade it, don't scratch it, it will look too ugly. Just use some shade the region only using scale and pencil here. Draw some parallel lines to indicate that the required region is towards the side of the origin, and you will write the solution as the shaded region. Take a proper scale and then draw the graph, shade it properly, and write this in the ruled side of the graph that the solution is the shaded region, meaning every x comma y in this region, in this shaded region, will be satisfying the inequality. Equality will be satisfied by every point which lies on this line 3x plus 4y equal to 12. Inequality given here is a y plus 8 greater than or equal to 2x here. Now what I do is this y I take it to the other side. So I get this 2x minus y to be less than or equal to 8. I am just rewriting the inequality as 2x minus y is less than or equal to 8. Okay, if I find out the points where it cuts the x axis and y axis, when x is 0, y is a minus 8, and when y is 0, x is a 4, correct? When y is 0, x is a 4, right? Now we will just draw the line first and then go to the inequality. What are the points we need? On x axis I need the point 4, and on the negative y axis I need the point minus 8. Take a proper scale and then mark it. This line now, 2x minus y equal to 8, is a line like this. Okay, this is going to be the line 2x minus y equal to 8. Right, now this 2x minus y less than 8 either is going to be this side of the line or the opposite side of the line. We have to now find out which side is going to be right. Comfortably origin lies, you can choose any point. I am just choosing the origin because it lies on one side and the coordinates are 0, 0. You can choose a point on the x axis, y axis here, anywhere you can choose and substitute to check out if it satisfies the inequality. Right, origin if I substitute, x is 0, y is 0, 0 less than 8 is right. So 0 less than 8 is going to be right. So the region for the inequality is going to be the side where the origin lies. Use scale and pencil, just draw neat parallel lines like this to indicate what the shaded region is. It will be, the region will be the side of the origin. You will write here the solution is the shaded region in the graph. Okay, every point x comma y in the shaded region will be satisfying the inequality, and the equality will be satisfied by every point x comma y which lies on this line 2x minus y equal to 8. The inequality here is x minus y less than or equal to 2. First we will draw the line x minus y equal to 2. We will find out where it cuts the x axis and the y axis. When x is 0 here, y is a minus 2, and y is 0, x is equal to 2. So, we will first draw the line and then find out what is the region. Any linear combination of x and y, any equation of the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0, this is going to represent a straight line. Okay, what are the points here? X is equal to 2 and y is a minus 2. The line passes through 2 comma 0 and 0 comma minus 2. Just join the 2 points here. The points we had, one was 2 here and the other one was y is the minus 2. X minus y equal to 2. All the points x comma y on this line will be satisfying the equality x minus y equal to 2. Okay. Now the region will be either on this side or other side of the line. Now origin lies on one side. If I substitute the coordinates of the origin, I get 0 is less than 2, which is correct. So the region will be, the required region will be to the side where the origin lies. Just shade it like this in the form of straight lines here. Okay, and write, of course, after you take a proper scale on the graphical side, where you are going to draw the line, the scale also has to be written, like in x axis 1 centimeter, how many units is it is, and so on. Other side, on the ruled side, you will write now the solution is the shaded region. Draw the line, find out which side of the line satisfies the inequality. For that, just substitute any one point on that side, or you can even do the other thing. See, listen, the point 3 comma 0, if you consider, for example, lies on this side. If I substitute the point 3 comma 0, what do I get? 3 is less than 2, which is false. So it is not going to be on this side of the line, it is just going to be on the other side. Either substitute a point on this side or this side and just check whether it satisfies the inequality. Any point which satisfies the inequality, just shade that side. So for this inequality x minus y less than or equal to 2, the solution will be the shaded region here. The inequality here is a 2x minus 3y greater than 6. We will find out the points where it cuts the x axis and y axis. When x is 0, y you see it is a minus 2, and when y is 0, x value you get it to be 3. So it cuts the x axis at 3 and y axis at minus 2. When you are doing it in the graph, take a proper scale and then proceed, and write the scale also. X is equal to 3 and y is minus 2. It is a strict inequality. First I will draw it and then make it into a dotted line. it's a 2x minus 3y, it is less than 6. So first we'll make it into a dotted line or a broken line like this. Equality is not there in the given equation, inequality, it's a strict inequality what is given. Okay. Now the region now has to be either below this line or on the other side. The other side we just have origin to be the point. If I substitute the origin coordinates, what do I get? 0 is greater than 6, which is false. 0 greater than 6 is false. So the region is not going to be this side. It's not going to be on the side of the origin, it's going to be the other side. Or instead of substituting the origin, you can substitute some point here also. Suppose I substitute the point minus 3 comma 0, it's on this side. I choose some point on the x-axis or y-axis because at least one coordinate is 0. So what do I get here if I substitute? Sorry, y-axis the point is 0 comma minus 3. Sorry, I've chosen a point on the y-axis. I'll take it as 0 comma minus 3. So what do I get? This point will become 0. Here it will become a 9, which is greater than 6, which is true. Okay. So the region now will be, just shade below this line, use only scale pencil and do it, shade it neatly. Okay. Whatever scale you have taken, that also should be written on top. On the ruled side you will write the solution is the shaded region in the graph. Region will not be on the side of the origin, it will just be the opposite side, because when you substitute the origin coordinates, the inequality is not satisfied. It is just the opposite. So just shade the other side and write that the solution is the shaded region in the graph. The inequality is minus 3x plus 2y greater than or equal to minus 6. Now to draw the line, first we will find out where it cuts the x-axis and y-axis. When x is 0, you get y to be minus 3, and when y is 0, x is equal to 2. I am considering only the equality part. Inequality part will be the region which will look out for in the graph. We will first draw the line minus 3x plus 2y equal to minus 6. X is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 3. Just take a proper scale and then mark the values, minus 3, and once you take a proper scale in the x-axis and y-axis, the scale should be written on this corner, top corner of the graph, whatever you have taken, the scale you have taken in the x-axis and y-axis. So this corresponds to this minus 3x plus 2y equal to a minus 6. Okay. Now the region will be either this side of the line or this side of the line. Substitute the origin coordinates. If you substitute the origin coordinates, what do you get here? 0 to be greater than minus 6, which is true. 0 is definitely greater than minus 6. So the region will be towards the side of the origin. The entire stretch you will be shading towards the side of the origin, and write here on the ruled side that the solution is the shaded region. The shaded region in the graph. Okay. We will now see how to solve this. It's a 3y minus 5x is strictly less than 30. If you find out where it cuts the x-axis and y-axis, when x is 0, you see that y is equal to 10, and when y is 0, x is a minus 6, correct? When y is 0, x is a minus 6. Right. Now, in the graph, choose a proper scale. What are the points we need? On the x-axis, the point we need is a minus 6, and on the y-axis it's a point 10, right? Now join the 2 points. This point is 10, the other one on the x-axis is minus 6, and here it is a strict inequality, so it has to be a broken line or a dotted line. Okay. Now for finding out where is the region, it has to be either on the side of the origin, this side of the line here, or the other side. Now if I substitute origin coordinates here, x is 0, y is 0, what do I get? 0 is less than 30, 0 less than 30 is definitely true. So the side where origin lies satisfies the inequality. The area to be shaded or the region to be shaded will be the side where the origin lies. Okay, and write that the solution of this inequality is the shaded region. The shaded region in the graph. To draw the straight line, you don't have to take 3 or 4 points and all. Just find out the points where it cuts the x-axis and y-axis, that's enough. When it cuts the x-axis, the point where it cuts the x-axis, the y coordinate will be 0, use that, and similarly it will be the other way around for the y-axis. Wherever it cuts the y-axis, the x coordinate will be 0. Just use that, join the 2 points, that's enough. You don't have to go in for 4 or 5 points and then joining them, all that is not required. Once you have these 2 points, decide what is the scale for the x-axis and y-axis. Without forgetting, write the scale on the top corner, however you have taken 1 centimeter or whatever be the units on the x-axis and y-axis. Draw the line, here it is a strict inequality, so it has to be a dotted line like this. The region is towards the origin. After shading, right, the solution is the shaded region in the graph. The inequality here is y is less than minus 2. So first we will find out where is the line y is equal to minus 2. Y is equal to minus 2. After you have taken a proper scale, suppose this is a point y is equal to minus 2. Just draw a dotted line here. Okay. Now this will be the line actually y is equal to minus 2. Y is now less than this minus 2. This point is minus 2. Y is now less than minus 2. So it will not be above minus 2, it will be less than minus 2. So what is the region? The region which lies just below the line. The entire region which lies below the line y is equal to minus 2 will be the region for or the solution for this inequality. So you will write here the solution is the shaded region. Okay. We will see now how to find out the solution for the inequality x is greater than minus 3. Take a proper scale. Draw the line, first draw the line x is equal to minus 3. Suppose minus 3 is here, equal to minus 3. The line is going to be, the line x is equal to minus 3 is going to be like this. It is a strict inequality, so draw it as a dotted line. Okay. Now, this will be corresponding to x is equal to minus 3, right. Now, what is asked here? The region is x is greater than minus 3. Greater than minus 3 is to the right of this line and not to the left. So, the region here will be this entire region and write the answer. The solution is the shaded region. Okay. X is greater than minus 3. All values of x which are greater than minus 3. It will be lying to the right here, or this unbounded region. This region will be the required solution. That is, all values here will be satisfying x is greater than minus 3. We have two inequalities here. We have to find out what is the common solution for the two inequalities together. So, first we will draw the two inequalities. When you are drawing it in the graph sheet, just take a proper scale and then do it. One is x is equal to 3. Okay. So, this will be the line x is equal to 3. Where is the region? X is inequality is x is greater than 3. Do not shade the end, especially when you have two inequalities, do not shade everything, it will become too messy. We will just indicate the region by just 2 or 3 small arrow marks, greater than 3. So, it will be to the right of 3, am I right? Equal to 3 is along this line. Next, we will draw now the region, first the line y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2 is going to be a line like this, correct? Okay. Now, what is the region we have got? Y is greater than 2. Greater than 2 will be above 2. Am I right? It will be above 2. So, after you indicate the region for both the inequalities by arrow mark, now find out what is common. What is common? It is just going to be this unbounded region, am I right? This region, this entire region where y is x is greater than 3 and y is greater than 2. This will be the region. You will shade this region properly and write it as the solution for both of them simultaneously. When you actually see it in the print in the textbook, they would have shaded this with one shade, one shade of blue here, and this another with another shade of blue, and then this will be a darker blue. If you are going to shade both, you are going to, when you actually do it in a graph, it will be really messy if you are going to shade both. So, the individual areas, individual regions indicated by small arrow marks, the common one shaded. Solution is the shaded region in the graph. It is not compulsory that every after you draw the region for 2 or 3 lines, there has to be a common region like this. There might be even cases where there is absolutely no area which is common to both of them, but here we have a common area. So, conclude it as solution is the shaded region in the graph. We will now move to 3 inequalities which are given here. We have to find out what is the area, what is common to all the 3 of them. First, we will draw this by finding out where it cuts the x axis and y axis. When x is 0, y is 6. When y is 0, x is 4, correct? Okay, now we will draw the line. We need x is equal to 1 there, and we also need x is equal to 4. Take a comfortable scale. On the y axis, we need 6 and also the point 2, y is equal to 2. Okay, for the first line we join this 6 on the y axis and 4 on x axis, right. So this is the line 3x plus 2y equal to 12. What is the other line? X is equal to 1. We will go to the regions one by one. So this will be the line x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. This is the line y is equal to 2. Okay, right. Now for the line first we will find out what happens. The origin lies on one side, correct? If I substitute the origin coordinates, what do I get? 0 less than 12, which is true. So for the line, it is going to be towards the origin. Okay? Second part, x is greater than 1. Greater than 1 is to the right of 1. Okay? Y is greater than 2. Greater than 2 is above 2. Right. So what happens is, if you actually find out where it will be this region. Just check it out properly. X is greater than 1, y is greater than 2, and for the line it is below the line, that is the side where the origin lies. So the common point which we get is going to be this region. I will now mark the vertices as ABC, right. It is a small triangle which we get. This is going to be the required common area, common region which satisfies all the 3 inequalities. So you will write here, the solution is the shaded area ABC. If it is a bounded region like this, here there are 3 vertices, sometimes 4 vertices might be there, it can be having even 5 vertices. If it is a bounded or a closed area like this, you will mark the vertices. In case it is unbounded, you do not have to do it, you will just write the solution as the shaded area and stop it. If it is a bounded one, mark the vertices and write it as the solution as the shaded area ABC. Sometimes we might be asked to get what are the vertices of the shaded region also. So if you have to get the vertex A, it will just be the meeting point or the point of intersection of these 2 lines. B here is the meeting point of this x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. C is now the intersection of the line y is equal to 2 and 3x plus 2y equal to 12. Okay? So this small triangular region ABC will be the solution for the 3 given inequalities. To find out what is the region common for these 2 inequalities, first we will draw the lines. Any linear equation in x and y is going to represent a straight line. So we will find out where the first line cuts the x axis and y axis. When x is 0, you get y to be 6, and when y is 0, x is equal to 3 for the first line. For the second line, when x is 0, y is 3, and when y is 0, x is equal to 4. Okay? Right. Now what are the points you need on the x axis? One is x, the other one is, one is 3, other one is 4. Take a proper scale. One point I need is 3, other point I need is 4. Okay, on the y axis I need the points 3 and 6. Assume 3 is somewhere here. When you do it on the graph, take a proper scale and do it. And don't forget the scale has to be written on the top corner here. Okay, for the first line, it joins the points y is equal to 6, and x is equal to 3. Okay. This is the line 2x plus y equal to 6. Now, if you find out the inequality, the region for the inequality, origin is on this side, right? So, if I substitute the origin coordinates, what do I get? 0 greater than 6. 0 greater than 6 is false. So, the region is not this side, it is on the other side. Okay. Don't make the arrow marks too long, it just 2 or 3 arrow marks to indicate the side, that is it. Now, come to the other one. This line joins y is equal to 3 and x is equal to 4. This is the line now 3x plus this is equal to 12. Okay, now the region for that, if origin is of course on one side, if I just mark if I find out the coordinates, if I substitute here for the origin, you get 0 less than 12 is right, or for this line it is going to be below this line, correct? For the first line it is above the line, for the second line it is below the line. So, what happens is the common region for both of them, it is going to be this region, this complete region. You can even just extend this line a little more. So, this will be the common region. For the first line it is inside or this side, for the second line it is below. So, the common region for both the inequalities together will be this particular region. So, you will write here the solution is the shaded region. It is of course an unbounded region, so you do not have to mark any vertices, you will just write the solution as the shaded region. We will now move to these two inequalities, x plus y greater than 4, and here it is a 2x minus y less than 0. This 2x minus y less than 0 passes through the origin. Here it cuts the x axis and y axis at x is equal to 4. It cuts the x axis and y axis at x is equal to 4. And it is a strict inequality, so we will make it as a dotted line here. Okay. Now, the other one, inequality given, when you actually draw it, it is y is equal to 2x, region we will bother about it later. Y is equal to 2x is a line which passes through the origin. If you consider some of the points here, it will be like 1, 2, 2, 4, y is equal to 2x, 3, 6 and so on. So, the line if you draw it, it is going to look like this. Please take a proper scale and then do it. This is again an inequality. So, draw it only as a split line or a dotted line here. So, this will be for y is equal to 2x. Okay? Right. Now, we will find out what the region represents. For the first line, origin is on one side. If I substitute the origin coordinate, 0 greater than 4 is false, or for the first line it is going to be away from the origin. Okay, it's not the side of the origin, it is on the other side. For this line, when I rewrite, I get y is less than 2x. Just take it to the other side. It is passing through the origin. We can't substitute the origin points. We'll substitute some other point and check out. Either retain it as it is or write it that way also. Any one point, suppose I substitute a point on the x-axis. I substitute the point, for example, 3, 0. If I substitute 3, 0 here or there, any one place, what do I get? 6 is greater than 0, correct? 6 is greater than 0. So what happens? For this line, it is on the side where this point lies, or it's going to be this side of the line. Okay? You can even reconfirm that a point on this side doesn't satisfy. For example, if I take a point here, what is it going to be? It's going to be something like a -2, 0. If I substitute here, what do I get? -4 greater than 0, which is false. So it is not on this side of the line, it is on this side. Now if you find out what is common for both of them, for this line, x plus y equal to 4, it is inside, for here it is inside, so the common region is going to be this. Please take a proper scale and then do it. Okay? So you will write here, the solution is the shaded region in the graph.